Unwind, relax, and let tonight's story lead you to peace. Petunia and Catflya, a tale of friendship. This story is about a girl named Petunia and a dragon named Catalia, who form a heartwarming friendship that teaches them that true love and understanding can bridge any gap. In a quaint little village at the edge of a vast, mystical forest, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Petunia. Petunia had an insatiable curiosity that often led her to explore the dense woods. One sunny afternoon, as she wandered deeper than ever before, she stumbled upon a magnificent creature, a black dragon, named Catflya. Catflya was no ordinary dragon. He had shimmering scales of emerald green and eyes that sparkled like the night sky. At first, Petunia was scared, but Catflya's gentle demeanor quickly put her at ease. Over the next few weeks, the unlikely pair grew close, sharing stories and laughter by the forest's edge. Catflya had worries about coming into the village, fearing the villagers would not understand her. However, Petunia insisted that true friendship could always bridge the gap. One evening, Petunia invited Catflya to a festival in the village. Covering Catflya with a large cloak, they made their way to the celebration. The townsfolk were initially startled, but soon welcomed the dragon with open arms, enchanted by her gentle presence and shimmering beauty. From that day on, Catflya visited the village frequently, bringing joy and wonder to everyone. Petunia and Catflya's friendship flourished, proving that love and understanding could conquer any fear. They learned that although they came from different worlds, their hearts spoke the same language, the language of friendship. Now, let's dive into another heartwarming tale. Heather and Puppy's Unbreakable Bond. This story is about the unbreakable bond between Heather, a girl with a gentle heart, and Poppy, a chipmunk, demonstrating the strength found in friendship. Heather lived in a charming cottage at the edge of the Whispering Woods, a place where the trees whispered age-old secrets to the wind. She was a girl with a gentle heart and an unyielding spirit. One crisp autumn day, while Heather was collecting pine cones, she came across a tiny chipmunk trapped under a fallen branch. With careful hands, she lifted the branch and freed the little creature, who gazed at her with twinkling eyes. "Thank you," the chipmunk seemed to say as it scampered into the underbrush. Days passed, and Heather often found the chipmunk, whom she named Puppy, near her cottage. They developed a silent understanding and became inseparable friends. Heather would spend her afternoons reading aloud, while Puppy listened attentively, his tiny head perched on her knee. On one chilly evening, a fierce storm swept through the Whispering Woods. Heather's cottage was sturdy, but the storm left a trail of destruction. Trees were uprooted, and the ground was littered with debris. Unbeknownst to Heather, Puppy's burrow had been destroyed. Filled with worry, Puppy scampered to Heather's cottage, seeking refuge. Heather welcomed him with open arms, providing a warm blanket and nuts to eat. With gratitude in his eyes, Puppy snuggled close, feeling safe. Over the next few days, Heather and Puppy worked side by side to rebuild his home. Heather's kind spirit and Puppy's determination created a perfect harmony. They gathered twigs and leaves, constructing a new burrow even stronger than before. Throughout the process, they shared laughter and stories, strengthening their bond. One morning as they worked, Puppy chattered animatedly, telling Heather tales of the forest. Heather listened, marveling at the strength within her tiny friend. She realized that true strength wasn't just physical power, but also resilience, kindness, and the ability to face challenges together. With their combined efforts, Puppy's new home was soon complete, nestled safely beneath an ancient oak tree. The experience taught them both valuable lessons about friendship and the strength found in unity. From that day forward, Heather and Poppy's bond only grew more robust. They faced every obstacle together, knowing that their combined strength was unbreakable. Each night, as Heather tucked herself into bed, Poppy would curl up next to her window, the warmth of their friendship keeping the chill of the night at bay. And so, they lived their days in joyous companionship, a shining example of the power of friendship and the true meaning of strength. The next story is ready to soothe your spirit. Gloxinia and Buttercup, the Tale of Sharing. This story is about Gloxinia and Buttercup, who learned the significance of sharing and how it brought their valley back to life. In a lush green valley topped by towering mountains, there lived a young human named Gloxinia. Gloxinia was known far and wide for her generosity and love for nature. One summer day, while wandering through the whispering meadows, Gloxinia stumbled upon a dragon named Buttercup. Buttercup was unlike any dragon Gloxinia had ever heard of. She was gentle, with scales as golden as the sun, and eyes that sparkled like the evening stars. Gloxinia, with a heart full of curiosity, approached Buttercup cautiously. "Hello," she said softly. "Are you lost?" Buttercup, who was nibbling on wildflowers, lifted her head and smiled. "Hello, my name is Buttercup," she replied. Gloxinia told Buttercup that she lived nearby, and invited the dragon to stay with her. Grateful for the kindness, Buttercup agreed. Over the next 2 days, Gloxinia and Buttercup spent their time sharing stories, exploring the valley, and learning from each other. Buttercup taught Gloxinia the language of the wind and how to communicate with the forest creatures. In return, Gloxinia showed Buttercup the beauty of human music and storytelling. One day, a terrible drought struck the valley, and all the plants began to wither. The forest creatures were in despair, and Gloxinia's heart ached for them. She decided to share her water supply with the creatures and asked Buttercup for help. Buttercup used her magical abilities to create a tiny oasis in the middle of the valley. Together, they worked tirelessly, sharing their resources and helping to revive the land. The creatures of the forest and Gloxinia became even closer, their bonds strengthened by their shared hardships. Buttercup's presence brought a renewed sense of hope and joy to the valley. As the drought ended, life returned to the valley more vibrant than ever. Gloxinia and Buttercup knew that the power of sharing had transformed their world. They continued their adventures, always remembering the lesson that sharing brings people closer and heals the world. And so, in the lush, green valley hugged by towering mountains, Gloxinia and Buttercup lived happily, their friendship becoming a legend that would be told for generations. Let's turn to another heartwarming story. Clover and Heather, a tale of understanding, reigned to Zendai. This story is about a girl named Clover and a dragon named Heather, who develop a deep understanding and friendship, becoming symbols of harmony in their valley. In a tranquil valley nestled between emerald hills, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Clover. One day, Clover stumbled upon an unusual sight, a shimmering dragon with scales that glinted like amethyst in the sun. Her name was Heather, a dragon known for her wisdom and gentle nature. Heather was resting beside a crystalline lake, her eyes half closed in the warmth of the afternoon sun. Curious, Clover approached Heather with a mixture of caution and fascination. Heather sensed Clover's presence and opened one eye, a soft smile forming on her draconic lips. "Hello, young one," Heather greeted softly. "What brings you to my quiet sanctuary?" Clover hesitated for a moment, then said, "I was exploring the valley and found you here." "You look peaceful," Heather nodded slowly. understanding Clover's curiosity. This lake is my favorite place, she explained. It's a place where I can think and do myself. Intrigued by Heather's words, Clover sat down beside her. What do you think about? She asked. Heather's eyes twinkled with a myriad of colors as she replied. I think about the world and the people in it. I try to understand them better every day. Clover pondered Heather's words, feeling a deep sense of connection with the dragon. Over the following weeks, Clover visited Heather regularly. They shared stories and dreams, learning from each other with every conversation. Heather taught Clover about the importance of empathy and seeing the world from different perspectives. In return, Clover shared her adventures and the simple joys of human life. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Clover asked Heather, do you think humans and dragons can truly understand each other? Heather looked thoughtful, then said, understanding comes from the heart. It may not be easy, but with patience and kindness, we can bridge any gap. Clover nodded, feeling a warmth in her heart. Thank you, Heather. You've taught me so much. Heather smiled, her eyes reflecting the colors of the setting sun. And you have reminded me of the beauty and simplicity and human kindness, she said gently. From that day on, Clover and Heather's bond grew stronger. They became symbols of harmony in the valley, inspiring others with their story of understanding and friendship. Whenever someone in the valley felt lost or misunderstood, they would visit Clover and Heather by the lake, seeking their wisdom. And so, the tranquil valley continued to thrive, a place where both humans and dragons lived in mutual respect and understanding under the guidance of Clover and Heather. Let this story stay with you as you drift into sleep.